I'm feeling very sad because all I know is here, like the U.S. is my home.
Viviana Castellan Alamillo is leaving a country she's lived in since she was 3 years old.
Unfortunately, a paper defines who we are, and I don't have this piece of paper that allows me to be privileged enough to be able to stay here. But it was not because
I met Alamillo in January after President Trump signed the first of many immigration executive orders. We met again last Saturday after she and her husband sold their first home.
Lansing has been my home since I moved out here when I was a teenager. My brother, my aunt.
And on Monday, they moved to Mexico.
You looking forward to Mexico?
Yeah, I am. I'm excited.
Alamillo told me that for the past 10 years, she's lived in Lansing without documentation that would allow her to legally remain in the U.S. This is what then-candidate Trump said about immigration when I covered his campaign visit to Howell last August.
I will shift massive portions of federal law enforcement to immigration enforcement. We're going to put a lot of immigration enforcement.
Rather than risk deportation herself, Alamillo went back to Mexico, to a home away from what was her home.
I realized that it's something that I don't want my family to go through, and it's a type of trauma that I do not want my son to go through. I know quite a few people that want to leave but can't.
Alamillo told me she was lucky to have the chance to move because others like her don't have that opportunity. She says leaving was one of the hardest decisions she ever had to make.
And it's not just these 4 years. This is generational trauma that you're putting our people through.
This is obviously hard for you.
Yeah.
These tears mixed of sadness and joy. Sadness for leaving her longtime home, joy that at least her family is whole.
But we got to think about our children and what their future is going to look like. And we have to learn to value our families and our time.
Every Friday, the Alamillos spent time doing arts and crafts. On their final Friday, they built these birdhouses.
We thought we were going to be living like neighbors, like we have been for forever, for the rest of our lives, but at least we're going to be able to do that in the birdhouses.
On Alamillo's birdhouse, she leaves a piece of her heart at home.
Which one's yours that you painted?
This one, I love Halloween, so that's why. And then I just put, I love y'all. So when they go see it, they remember me. That I said I love them.